Good morning, SGS. Welcome to South Girard, a STEM school. How are we doing, Bulldogs? Oh, come on, students. You can do better than that. How are we doing, Bulldogs? We are super great, getting better every day. Hooah! And now I give you Cameron and Damari. They're going to take it from here.
Good morning, SGS. I'm Damari Elder.
And I'm Cameron Thornton. Let's get started on today's episode of BBTV.
We are so excited to have you with us this morning. During this episode, you'll see a glimpse into a typical day here in South Girard.
That's right. You've already heard Mr. McDonald's iconic morning announcements. Now let's look at what else SGS has to offer.
Let's check out English first.
The English teachers are Mr. McGlamory, Miss Green, Miss Garment, and Miss James. Today in Miss James' room, they are studying rhetorical appeals. They are looking at different advertisements and examining what is being sold, who the intended audience is, what the ad is saying about the product, what the rhetorical appeal is, what techniques are being used to represent the rhetorical appeal. The students had fun looking at a different advertisement and taking a closer look at them. They learned that commercials are more than just what you may first think when you see them.
Oh, God! How cool was that lesson? Next class, history.
The history teachers are Coach Dawkins, Coach Rose, Miss Arcila, and Mr. Sasser. In history, they are participating in a pyramid building activity that is giving them insight into the cultural and architectural gifts of the ancient Egyptians. The students are tasked with building pyramids at 4 different stations, which included pyramids using sugar cubes, pyramids using popsicle sticks, pyramids using straws, and pyramids out of paper. This activity is helping the students to understand that the pyramids were very difficult to construct. After building the pyramids, students were asked to write a short summary discussing their experiences building the pyramids in contrast to what they believe the ancient Egyptian building experience was like.
Whoa, Cameron! I never knew history could be that fun. Now let's check out math.
The math teachers are Miss Morris, Miss Carver, Miss Dozier, and Miss Mangrum. Students in Miss Dozier's room are participating in a group activity to help them prepare and practice for their upcoming lines and angles test. Each group worked out a different activity. One group completed a puzzle, the other did a sorting activity, another group played an interactive game on the smartboard, one group took a quiz, and the last 2 groups worked on finding the missing angles that were taped on the disc. Each station was 5 minutes long, and students collaborated together in order to finish under the time cap.
Now let's get back to our typical day here. Let's check out science.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
The science teachers are Miss Sumbry, Miss McVeigh, Mr. Fahrencrew, and Miss Hartman. Today in Mr. Fahrencrew's room, students are practicing Newton's laws of motion. They are taking a styrofoam track, forming it into a roller coaster, and testing it with a marble. There is one student in each group that times each run and records the speed of the marble. Next, let's visit Miss Hartman's room to take a look at what they're up to. Today in Miss Hartman's room, they are finding the density of known objects. They are using the scale to find the mass of each object, then using the ruler to find the volume. Once the mass and volume are found and recorded on the board, we can find the density and decide whether the object will float or sink in water.
Roller coasters? Whoa!
How cool! Now let's head to PE.
Our PE coaches are Coach Miles, Coach Averett, and Coach Lyles. Today in PE, they are learning a line dance to slap leather. The PE department started their line dancing unit a few weeks ago. Line dancing is a tradition at South Girard for many decades. They learn a new line dance almost daily. And the teachers say that line dancing teaches the students rhythm, coordination, and confidence.
Unfortunately, our typical day is almost over. Last but not least, let's visit our STEAM team.
There are 5 STEAM teachers at SGS. Miss Moretz is our band director, Mr. Pritchett teaches career preparedness, Ms. Lehman teaches digital media, Ms. Diggs teaches white box engineering, and Mr. Williams teaches computer science and coding. Let's visit Mr. Williams' room first. Today, Mr. Williams' class is creating their own drone using Legos. This lesson is preparing the students for an upcoming assignment where they will actually use their coding skills to program a drone to fly using their cell phones. In Ms. Fleeman's class, they are in pairs interviewing each other. The students will then video in the green room using 2 different camera angles. Then they will each edit their interview using iMovie. The other projects they complete in digital media are creating a news broadcast and a UPIC project. In Ms. Diggs' class, they are working on prosthetic arms. Students have already researched and designed their prosthetic on Whitebox. Today they are constructing the different parts of their prosthetics to assemble in a few days. At the end of this project, they will launch a ping pong ball from their design and compete against their classmates. Other projects in Ms. Diggs' room are dragsters and bottle rockets. In Mr. Pritchett's class, they are learning about APR in a fun way. The students are split into groups, and one student from each group goes to the board and competes to find the correct answer to each APR and APY question. In the end, the winning group gets a prize. Other activities in Mr. Pritchett's class include job interviews, building resumes, and credit and debit card activities. Last up for the STEAM team is Miss Moretz. Today in her percussion class, they are doing something a little different. Obviously, you can see that they are drumming on buckets instead of drums. Miss Moretz loves to mix it up in her band classes. This is just one example of how she does that.
And we hope this episode has really helped you see a glimpse into our days here at South Girard.
We'll see you next time, Devils. Signing out, DeMar Elder and
Cameron Thornton.
boom.
That's gonna do it for the morning announcements. It's time to go to work, Bulldogs. As always, have a great Bulldog Day.